Hey guys, welcome back. It's day 2 on the Dempster Highway. We just left Eagle Plains, heading northbound up to the Arctic Circle. We only have about 30 miles or so to go, and we'll be at the Arctic Circle, and then we're going to push northbound up to Tuktoyaktuk. So we have 2 ferry crossings to go, and another 200 or so miles. So keep following along and see what kind of adventures we can run across this time around. So keep following, and we'll take you along for the ride. Okay guys, we finally made it to the Arctic Circle. So next stop is a couple of ferry crossings and then up to the Arctic Ocean. So that was awesome. Nice uneventful trip, but this is a major milestone, and it was a great ride all the way up here, and what a view. We just talked to a couple of folks and that van there behind me that just came from the ferry crossing and the Arctic Circle, and they said the mountain views and the passes that they went through were just phenomenal. So I can't wait to get up, head north. So follow along and we'll take you with us. Well folks, here is the story. We're at our first water crossing, or ferry crossing shall I say. Here's the line of RVs. Our Jeeps are all the way in the back of that line there, and we have to cross this river. The only problem is the river is about 30 feet too high, and they're out here with this bulldozer trying to shore up the ramp. There's a ferry all the way across there. Let me see if I can zoom in. There's the ferry. What they do is they ferry 1 or 2 vehicles in at a time, and all the way across. So they've been pouring dirt and forging this ramp here, trying to do what they can, trying to get the ramp shored up so they can get the ferry operational. So they say they might get it running today or tomorrow, maybe even the next 2 or 3 days. So now it's just a waiting game, and we just have to wait till the water crests and then starts to drop. So we don't know how long that's going to be, and it's just a act of nature, and it's just a waiting game. So they consider this ferry a essential service. So on the other side of the river, the town services do need the truckers to supply um, goods and services to all the townspeople, so it's not just for us tourists and whatnot. So they're going to do what they can to keep the trucks moving along. So they're doing what they can. And for the rest of us, we just sit there and wait. There they are trying the ferry out. See if it's working. And they got another load of gravel coming in. So we might get the show on the road sometime today. Dude, one at a time. So we made it onto the ferry, which is awesome. It was supposed to be a 2 or 3 day wait, and they ended up fixing the ramp in record time, which is awesome. And they just loaded us onto the ferry, so we're just waiting till they finish loading the rest of the cars on, and we'll make it across and we'll continue northbound, which is great. And I can't wait to continue. Okay, so we just made it past our first water crossing, which was kind of scary in the beginning. Not scary meaning that the water crossing was scary, is that when we got there, is the water levels had risen about 30 feet above normal due to the warm weather and all the ice melt. And they were saying that the ferry was closed because it washed away the docks on both ends. So they were shoring up the docks, bringing in truckloads of dirt on both sides, and they were working night and day trying to get the ferry going. So, and they were saying it might be 3 days, 4 days, and might be over a week or so before they get the ferry working. And so that was kind of a precarious decision or incident we had, because we didn't know if we were going to continue or not. and be an end of our northern journey. So, but when we got there, we were talking to the workers, and it turns out that they were working day and night throughout the evening, trying to get the ferry going, and it turns out that it took them a couple more hours, and they got the ferry going. So we were on the second crossing, and we got lucky. So we just crossed, and now we're going to continue northbound. So, and now we're heading north, and it turns out that we might actually make the Arctic Ocean today. So one of the things that we keep forgetting, that, you know, on driving and being this far north of the Arctic Circle, it never gets dark. So we can keep driving and driving, and the sun never goes down. So we're trying to think of kind of getting in a big mindset, saying that, well, you know, we'll keep driving until it gets dark, but it never gets dark. So we were well rested last night, thinking that we'll make it a short day today, but then we get to this water crossing, and we figured, well, since we got lucky with this water crossing, we'll just keep pushing on and make our 2-day trip our 3-day trip into a 2-day trip. So we'll see how far we can get. So I think we're going to push forward and reach the Arctic Ocean today. So, and do a full day's rest tomorrow. So let's keep our fingers crossed and go with that. It's about half a mile away, so we're coming up to it now, and I see some construction equipment up to it, but the line is not that long, so we'll see. I'm going to get out and take a look. Okay, looks like we might make it on.
Arctic Red River.
We want to go to the Red River.
Bring you there. We're not operating there.
No?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. On this side, other side there. On your passenger side?
Go on this side?
Your passenger side, yeah.
They said they're not operating there.
Okay, okay.
Well, we're on ferry number 2, getting all loaded up, and where is the, yeah, so we got to turn around, and we got to go all the way across the river over there. So that's kind of cool. And then after we cross this river, we got about 100 miles or so to go to the Arctic Ocean. So can't wait to get there, and then that'll be the end of our drive for today. And we're gonna take you along. Well, we just left the town of Inuvik and passed up a sign that we have 144 kilometers to the Arctic Ocean. So that turns out to be, I don't know, I'm doing the math in my head, comes out to be about 75 miles. So it's about 8 o'clock at night, and I figure we'll get there, I don't know, about 9:30 in the evening. But the time of day doesn't really matter because it doesn't get dark, and we'll probably get there and it'll still be light, and it doesn't matter again because it never gets dark. So we'll see you when we get there. Okay, I just wanted to point out there is a line of latitude, or is it longitude, going along the globe, that we are so far north, I guess no trees grow. So we are still heading north for still about 70 miles south of the Arctic Ocean. And I just noticed that there is nothing but grass along the roadway, and there is no longer any trees. So it's just a gravel road and grass. So, speaking of the roadway, just wanted to point out also the condition of the road. So this road is crushed gravel and quite good condition. So it's actually fantastic condition. So you can drive this thing in a Toyota Prius and be in perfectly good shape. So don't hesitate if that's all you have to drive. Well, folks, we made it. Here we are at the Arctic Ocean and the end of the Dawson Highway. So I'm not quite sure if the Dawson ends here at the Arctic Ocean or at the town limits of Tuktoyaktuk. But here we are, and the end of the Dawson. By the way, I'm filming this right at midnight, and the sun here, I don't know if you can see it, but it's right at the top of the sign there, and it's midnight. So here we are, and And here's the end of our trip. But do not despair. So it's not actually the end of the trip. It's really kind of the midway point. Because now I have to turn around and head south, if you would believe it, down back to Dawson City, and then head westbound to Anchorage, and I'll be adventuring all around Alaska for the next 6 to 8 weeks or so. So make sure you keep following. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and follow along, and I'll keep posting, hopefully weekly, and yeah, we'll show you what Alaska has to offer. Until next time, thanks for watching.